what all things you need, that has been taught to you, right? So today I am going to explain you how to derive E is equal to U plus AT using integration, calculus method, right? The simple method, mathematical method, I am not using because you have been taught calculus. That's it. First of all, I am going to derive V is equal to U plus AT. Derive V is equal to U plus AT. What is V is equal to U plus AT? This is the equation of linear motion of a body which is moving with uniform acceleration. Right? Okay. So in this case, we suppose that a body is starting. That means body has an initial velocity u, and it travels with an acceleration a, and after t time, its velocity becomes equal to v. So this is the question, condition, right? So we suppose that a body is starting initially with a velocity u, and it is moving in a straight line with a constant acceleration. That means this velocity goes on increasing, but increase in velocity per unit time is not. So it is accelerating, right? Acceleration is positive. Why? Because the velocity is going on increasing. Same amounts in every unit time, the velocity is increasing. So that is why we say that this is the equation of linear motion of a body moving with the uniform acceleration. So in this, what changes? Velocity changes. But how the velocity changes? In equal amounts per unit time. So that is why this equation is called linear motion of a body which is moving with uniform acceleration. Remember that? Okay. This is the condition. So we have to prove it. We know that now. We know that A is equal to dV by dt. Everybody knows that A is equal to dV by dt. Okay. Because acceleration is equal to rate of change of velocity. Rate of change of velocity means dV by dt. Generally, we can say A is equal to dV by dt. It is for instantaneous velocity only, but this is the expression used for purpose, right? A is equal to dV by dt, right? Average velocity, especially, we have to use delta V by delta t. But generally, in all cases, we use acceleration is equal to dV by. So from this relation, we can write dV is equal to A into dt also we can. Correct. Okay. Now integrating the expression on both sides. Integrating both sides means integral dV is equal to integral A dt. But you have to apply some limit also. How the velocity is changing? Velocity is changing from u to v. Because we have told you that the body is moving initially with the velocity u. After t seconds, its velocity becomes equal to v. And its acceleration remains a constant. So when time t is equal to 0, 0 means initial velocity, initial time, then its velocity was u. When time t becomes equal to t, its velocity becomes equal to v. So velocity side u to v, time side 0 to t, because this is the function of t. Acceleration is a constant. This part is time part, and this part is velocity part. Velocity part is integrated within limits velocity, and the time part is integrated with the time. Am I correct? When the time was 0 seconds, what's the velocity? Velocity was u. When the time is t seconds, what's velocity? Velocity is equal to t. So this is read as integral u to v dv is equal to integral 0 to t a dt. I have taught you that one thing I told you, integral dx. Integral dx is equal to x. Therefore, integral dx is equal to x. Or integral 1 dx is equal to x. Integral 1 dx is equal to x. Okay. So in the same way, when dv is integral 1 dv, integral dv is equal to v only. So this is integrated and put in a square bracket. V. Limit you have to apply on the right side, that is u, and this is v. This is integrated. A has to be taken outside. So in integration of a constant and a variable, then the constant is taken outside. A into integral dt within limits 0 to t. This is not integrated. I am doing it. That is equal to a into t. Integral dt is equal to t. Integral 1 dt is equal to t. From where the formula you got? Integral dx is equal to x. Therefore, integral dv is equal to v. Integral dt is equal to t. Right? Here also we have to apply the limits. This is 0 and this is. Now, limit, this is called integration. What is called definite integration. Within certain limits only we are integrating the function, right? Both sides integrated. Now we'll apply the limit. How the limit is applied? Applied inside what value is there? For that, first of all, you put the upper limit, then put a minus sign, then put the lower limit. So here you will get this is same as equal to v minus u. First upper limit minus lower. In place of v, first of all you will put v, and in place of v, second you will get lower limit. Applied, and this is equal to this value a into t minus 0. Upper limit in place of t, you will put the upper limit. Minus in place of t, you will put 0. T minus 0, limit also applied. So this is equal, this we are getting as equal to v is v minus u is equal to at. Therefore, v is equal to u plus at. So this is the use of integration. I have taught you integration why. That is why very systematically I started physics for class 11. That is why first beginning itself I taught you math, because we have to use mathematics every day. So this we have proved v is equal to u plus at, right? Yeah. Next formula we have to next equation we have to prove is that also I am going to tell you that is s is equal to ut plus half at. Next v is equal to u plus at over, and you have to note it down all these points, because from the board itself you can note down the notes also. Next, the second is s is equal to ut plus half at square. I am proving this also using integration. We are using only integration, and I advise my students not to derive these equations using simple methods. They have already done in class 9 and 10, etc. When you are in class standard 9 and 10, you might have done that. So that is a simple method that we are not using, because already we are now studied integration calculus. Now we can use calculus method, right? Here also, here S is the displacement of the body when the time is t seconds. The body was starting its journey with the initial velocity u, and its acceleration remains a constant. After t seconds, what is the displacement of the body, which is for the uniform acceleration? Displacement is s, right? If x0 is the position, x0 is the position of the body initial, and after t seconds, if the body reaches the position xt, then xt minus x0 is equal to displacement. Final position minus initial position is equal to displacement, right? Okay. So this also you must know. Xt minus x0 is equal to yes. Now that also I am going to derive. So now we know that v is equal to dx by dt. Everybody knows, because velocity is equal to rate of change of displacement. Okay, or dx is equal to v dt also we can get. Velocity is equal to dx by dt. Therefore, dx is equal to v dt. But everybody knows that v is equal to u plus at. But v is equal to u plus a. Put this value of v in this place. Therefore, dx is equal to, what do you write? U plus at dt. U plus at dt. So distributing at to both sides, you will get this as equal to u dt plus at dt also we can. Okay, dx is equal to this. So now we are getting dx is equal to u dt plus at dt. Right? Now we will integrate this function. Integrating the function, we will get integral dx within limits within limits x0 to x or x0 to xt also you can write. I am writing x0 to x. That is 0 time, the displacement of the body from the origin was x0. After t time, the position of the body is x, right? So this is the function of x displacement, that is integrated within limits of the position rule, right? Limits are position. Here it is t. Therefore, this is simply integral 0 to t u dt. Integral 0 to t u dt plus this is a at dt. A is a constant taken outside. Integral 0 to t dt. Right? Why 0 to t? Because when time was 0, the displacement was x0. When time is t, the displacement is x. Just a second. So displacement part is integrated within limits of displacement, and this is integrated within limits of time. Now it is integrated. So now you see that what is integral dx? Integral dx is x only. Then this is put in the square bracket. Integral dx is x. Limit you will put up, that is x0 to x. That is equal to u. Initial velocity of a body always remains a constant.